Hello everybody and welcome. I'm Viking Architect and this is Manor Lords. Now this playthrough is Manor Lords with a slight twist. Now let me explain it. I was looking through a new map and I found this particular seed map. As you all know, the Manor Lords maps are kind of random, and I noticed that when I was looking through it, I found that this land is too good to actually skip. Now the reason behind it is that the whole land itself is very fertile. It's prime farming land. You have green areas, for flax, barley, and even ember, even rye. Rye is completely green. And it got me thinking, what if we did a passive approach? Instead of playing Manor Lords as in a way to conquer the land, play Manor Lords as in more of an economic standpoint. As in, you're the driving force for the land. You're the one who basically is, I wouldn't say the tycoon of the land, I'd probably say more of the pillar of economics. Now the way I'm thinking about this is that we build a settlement of farmers, and we are very passive in our aggression, but we'll defend our land if necessary against the bandits, the raiders, and any forces that come our way. But our main goal is to farm the land, export stuff that we are over producing, mass producing, like flour, bread, stuff like that. And then obviously we get it for, we trade it for iron, some weapons to defend the land. So we're not conquerors, we're economic builders. I'd say farmers. I wouldn't say builders, I'd say more farmers. And we're mainly a passive approach. So this is going to be very interesting, because obviously the way Manor Lords works is that you gear up your community, you build up your army, and then you go off to war. But instead we're going to sit back and just play the economic game. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Let's start up with a few of the houses. As you can see, that we're very much starting off right at the start, and we get the basics down, and then we'll just spread out that way. So our next thing is that we need to place our log camp. Now for me, I'm going to place the log camp not somewhere inaccessible, but it's not going to have a lot of foot traffic going down there. As you know, this part of the map is kind of a bit hilly, so I was thinking more of, if we tuck away the log camp, I'm going to place the log camp there, and then we bring them through the trees. The trees are going to go anyway, but we connect the road up, and then once this is built, it'll take off, the trees itself, give it a large area to work in. Now we're going to look at the Burgage Plots. Now obviously there's 5 settlers to house first of all, and I'm thinking of probably branching out slightly over into this corner. I'm going to extend the Burgage Plots, so even though we're a farming community, we still get that little passive bonus where they can grow the veggies in the back garden, just to give us more of a variable variety in the marketplace. So we're going to do that now. We're going to place some houses down, just to give us the blueprint of the founders. You think about it, it's like the 5 the 5 founders' houses, really, innit? If you really think about it logically. So we're gonna. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we don't really need that much. So we can have that as 5. So there's the 5 that's going in. Now the reason why I didn't put no extra ones on top, even though we can probably do that, but I was thinking more of, we'll just get this down because of save the costs on lumber and certain materials. So the way I'm thinking about this road is I want it sort of connecting up. So if we connect that up through that way, and then we got a new message. So I've heard of your renown. I'll only seek to defend my rights and my honour against those who would wrong me. I hope you will not judge me by the rumours and slanders of some that may spread about me. We all know what type of person he really is, but because we're going more of a passive approach, we probably wouldn't attack him. Probably eventually down the line, we'll probably be looking at the farmers' revolt type of thing. The farmers have had enough of just being, the bottom of the pile, but yet we're strong enough economically to, to push people around. But at the start we're very weak. We're very just starting out. We got nothing, nowhere near the capability of what he's already got. He's got a salt mine, he's got clay, so he's pretty much off to a good start, and he's already got a fishing pond. So he's got 3 main resources that he can pick from, which could give him a strong start. Now obviously we're going to have bandits in this map, so they're going to come to us every now and then, nick our resources, and obviously we go off and do a little farmers revolt, say we've had enough, go attack them with the pitchforks and stuff like that. That should be kind of the way we got to think about how we're going to approach this. Now as you can see, they're all off going to start building the log camp. The way I'm thinking about it with the log camp is we'll do the log camp, we'll get the heavy plough in the skill tree, which will obviously farm out the farms faster, and then we'll just work from that. So basically, as you know, we are a farming community, so maybe we should start thinking about the farms. But I kind of want to get the basics down first. So basically food, just get them all settled in, and then we'll work from that type of, we go from there. So set up the granary, set up the storehouse, set up the hunting lodge, the market, the water, just get them all settled in first, and then we'll just spread out that way, because it'll be easier in the long run. I think this is not a wham bam thank you ma'am type of thing. This is more of a relaxed playthrough, just for the economy side of it. Big words. But yeah, so we're going to look at now going to build a hunter's lodge, because we kind of want to get this passive meat, even though it's in the long run it's probably not gonna give us that much, considering that we'll probably eventually have rye with flour, and we can make the bread excuse me, and everything like that. So we're just gonna slowly start with the basics. So they're obviously going to need water and everything like that. We do have a fish pond over here. Now it's got seasonal growing, so which is kind of handy, which I think I might take advantage of while we're here. So if we grab that road and maybe push it towards there, so it's in the trees, yeah, And then we grab the fish. If we can plonk it up. There we go. So they will then fish the pond, the fishing pond, and then we'll move on from there. I think we've got all the basics down at the moment, and it's just a case of now just waiting and watching them grow. So yeah, it's just waiting now for them to build up, I guess. To look into is, once the housing is finished, is obviously getting the food, getting firewood, and making sure that they are kind of stable, at least for the first winter. And by doing that, we give ourselves the foundation of, to project ourselves into doing farming and stuff like that. So then we can grow the community and make it more stronger. So by doing just the basics, getting the basics down with the firewood, the planks, everything like that. So I'm thinking more with the planks is because they're going to need that. So I'm thinking maybe a storehouse here, so the logs can be transferred across. So I'm going to put a storehouse there. I'm going to put the granary, because I kind of want the marketplace in between this triangle bit here. So I'm going to put the granary somewhere here. Obviously we haven't got enough goods at the moment because we need logs, which I should have maybe done. I'm thinking, well, the storehouse we kind of need. I'm just trying to think, is it going to be enough for obviously the 4 months of food, which is, we've got June. This should be enough to try and get into this. So I'm going to go into advanced and have the area set out. Now the reason why I'm setting out the area is, for now, the weather's against us, as you can probably tell. So we're going to do this area, which should be big enough. I'm hoping that it'll be big enough. So we'll do this area, and then we can do the firewood in the same area, build the forester hut, so then replenish the trees and everything like that. As you can see, it's kind of rainy, so I'm just going to make them all run around for a bit, and probably talk about useless stuff. But while they're doing all that sort of stuff, oh, the rain stopped. So I'm thinking of building, say, the farms. So as you can see, we got ember, we got flux, and we got barley, and we got rye. Rye is completely green in this area, so we probably will start off doing bakers first of all. So bread gives us more of a food variety. So the Burgage Plots can do the veggies. We've got the meat from the Hunter's Lodge. We've got the fish from the fish pond, and we've got the bread from the bakers. So which should give us quite a lot of variety in food sources for the market. Now for the market, like I said, I'm thinking of doing it in this triangle type area, and building it that way. We've got a new message. Strong militia is paramount to survival of any settlement. Lucky, a shipment of weapons have just arrived. Yes, even though we're quite passive. And we will now be able to create your first militia banners to serve you and protect your people. However, we will need more weapons to equip all the people as the settlement grows, either by making them or importing them from other lands. That's what we'll be doing. We'll be importing weapons and iron from other lands in exchange for basically our surplus abundance of resources. So we'll have we'll probably have so much bread, wheat, all random stuff to bring in more tools and armor and stuff like that, so we can defend our land with. So let's form the militia. So at the moment we're not I don't know whether to form it just yet, because obviously I don't want to go into that point just yet. For this episode I just want to get the foundations done first, and then we will then move into the other areas. Now obviously I kind of want the marketplace to I'm in the wrong tab, aren't I? I kind of want the there it goes. I kind of want the marketplace in this area, for the simple fact is it's quite a busy high traffic area, and it will give us 19 stands first of all, and I think it's plenty enough for what we've got, or what really we're starting off with, because if you really think biologically, food variety is going to be covered probably by I think off the top of my head, if my maths is done correctly, there'll be about 4 to 5 different food varieties straight off the bat. So you'll have these, which will do the veggies. You'll have the meat from the hunting. You'll have the fish from the pond, and you will have whatever we make in the farms. Now obviously we don't have any space to grow at the moment, but that will soon change. Also I placed a hitching post here, so we're going to order another oxen so they can get the materials up and down. But also I want to place a granary if we can, granary here, and the simple fact is, because of the marketplace here, they don't have that far to go, so they can replenish straight away, so they don't have that far to travel. The planks should so that's the storehouse, so we need to get the planks all sorted. So we need to get planks on the go, because obviously that's a major resource. Also we need to look into firewood, so we get some firewood on the go. They will travel to the granary. Actually I might deconstruct that. I might put the firewood here, with its own forester. I might do that actually. So we put the woodcutter here. We need some more timber for the forester, and then the woodcutter will then cut down these trees. The logging camp will cut down this area, so all around this area here, and then that will then free us up from basically this area. So we're not really shaping the land, but eventually we will probably moving to probably in a way deforestation and destroying what we started off with, but in a way we'll probably end up just with our own little patches of forestry. But I'm trying my best to move around the map, well, this area, the best I can without destroying too much of stuff. So yes, we got the meat. So they're working in there. They've got 17 meat and 9 hides. Oh, talking of hides as well, that we can build a tannery. The tannery, which will obviously help us with basically street clothes, because at the moment they're just walking around in rags and whatnot. But as you can see, they're just carrying on doing their normal lives as normal. So yeah, so I kind of want to do. Next I kind of want, for the fish, we haven't got anyone working on the fish at the moment, I don't think, even though they built the lodge. Yes, they have, they built the lodge, so we can do fish, which leaves us with 2 more people. And I kind of want to now look into possibly get more houses in, trying to get more people in the best we can. We've got all this area to work with. So I'm wondering if we can probably squeeze something back here, or probably wrap it round and have something on them lines. I don't want to try and make it too square. I kind of want to make it look natural in certain respects, you know, the best we can. So I kind of want, say, a little street or a little alleyway down that way. And then we build, say, some houses here, and so we don't have enough goods, so we can bring it all the way up to the hitching post. But if we make it, say, there, and then minus it all the way down, we still don't have enough. So obviously we kind of need timber, so we need to move the time a bit faster, maybe, just to get us that little supply. We are looking okay for food and okay for fuel, which is 5 months if we work out July. So yeah, we can probably just scrape through the winter. I always find the first winter tend to be a bit harder, because you're starting out, but you don't really have the resources or anything at the moment. So the woodcutter's lodge is done. So what I want to try and do is limit the work area for the work, the firewood worker, and I want to put that over here. And I'm gonna make. The thing is, if I put, well, we kind of need the fuel anyway, so we grab that. They're still building the granary. We've only got 1 person left, but we kind of need the timber. We've got 5 timber now, so probably build some more houses. So we're going to build some more houses. Hopefully we will get some houses in. No, we still can't. We can do 2, but that's kind of a bit too big and too spacey for what I want. Ideally that will probably work back here. So what we could technically do is bring that in, and I'm going to bring that across. I'm going to put a well over this side, and I don't need these houses to have that much of a back garden. I just need them to basically be able to, that should be plenty, because they don't really need a back garden, because obviously we've got these Burgage Plots here to do the veg, and then the marketplace, which is over there, so they can still get to the marketplace. The well's going to be over here, so that will give us 3 more houses, which, and then with the extension of another 3, so we can use that. I'm going to build the well here, so basically that will feed that bit. They can come out the back garden and use the well, and just go from there. So yeah, so at the moment we're still looking into getting all the basics done. We're moving quite rapidly. I wouldn't say rapidly. Fisherman's hut's already full. But we've only got one person, so it's kind of like a bandit camp has been sighted. So I might pull the fisherman out of there to help with the construction. I might also pull the hunter out because they've got a load of stuff, and hopefully we should start getting more families. What I might do is set up a stall and a saw pit, which we kind of need, a storehouse. We've got two builders. Are they building anything at the moment? They're building them. Probably going to do you as a vegetable garden and you as a vegetable garden. I'm gonna increase all these to vegetable gardens, and then that will give us the veggies for them. I will then probably do here for probably do chicken coops, which gives the passive for eggs, which gives us more of a variety of food. At the moment we don't really need the goats and the hides from that yet, because obviously we still got quite a large number of wild animals we can go through. So yeah, so I think that will be it for today, and the next episode we'll probably be looking at building our farms in this area. We'll probably look at start doing the chain for rye. We also probably will start looking into the skill tree, figuring out what's probably the best path for us. I'm more inclined to go towards the farming route, because to get to the bakeries, but also you got rye cultivation, to obviously make the fields a lot better. So we might go down that route as well, but we're more sticking to the same strategy of, you know, basically a passive community where we just, I'd say, defend our land against the bandits, defend our land if we're attacked, but also we're going to be economic powerhouses where we're farming the land. We'll be trading quite a lot of stuff, so we got to look at the King's Road. So we got to look at where we meet with the King's Road, which is only in certain places. So it's one there, and obviously one over here. Resources were stolen by bandits already. They've already started to nick our resources. But anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, catch you guys later. Bye for now.